This advice actually goes for my younger brothers and sisters in the house, but actually is applicable to all of us. A lesson that I've learned the hard way that I wanted to share with everybody. And it is simply that when you're going through life, you can't be deceived into thinking that you have a lot of time. And so you spend an awful lot of your youth misbehaving or thinking that there's time ahead and you can spend the actual youthful days that you have relaxing, chilling, blowing time, spending money frivolously, and doing things that are completely unnecessary because you're youthful. Some people say when you're young, you're stupid, and so you can just do what you like. But if I could just have the last 20 years of my life back, I guarantee you there's a lot of things that I would change. And one of those is this mirage and, quite frankly, lie that you tell yourself that there's more time. There's more time. I'm only 20, I'm only 25. So yeah, I'm working hard, but it's not that important. There'll be time enough for things to be done a lot later. Many people would tell you, oh, 40 is the new 20. So, you've got time. Spend your 20s exploring and enjoying your life. But I'm in my 40s now, and I can tell you on good authority that the body that I had 20 years ago is not the same one I have in my 40s. The things that I had the ability to do in my 20s and get away with, I can't try that in my 40s. And if I had my 20s back, I would actually leave some of the so-called enjoying life and exploration to this time, and maybe actually later on when things have actually been established. You've put a lot of resources in places that can serve you in your later life, and that is the time to actually be exploring and be enjoying. If you're a young person and you're listening to me, you've come freshly out of university, or you've learned a trade, or you've just started a new business, my advice to you would be to focus on your business, give it all the attention, everything that it needs, the TLC that it needs in your 20s, give it that then. Because guaranteed, once you hit your 40s and thinking now life is now beginning at 40, my darling, you won't have what it takes a lot of the time to put in as much and do what is required to keep you going. The youthfulness, when you can work 3 jobs and sleep for 2 hours, that is the time to actually feed what is going to later on become your bread and butter, your livelihood, your sustenance. That is the time to go to whatever school that you want to get to, or get whatever certification or certificates that are required for you to progress in your academics or professional life. Not when you're much older. Yeah, it's still doable when you're older. I'm not saying it's not, but it's a lot harder. It requires so much more effort off of you. By this time, your life is so much more complicated. And if you're unfortunate, you also have illnesses, and your body is just not what it used to be when you're in your 40s compared to when you're in your 20s. I wish I knew this. So I've come to this realization 20 years back. I wish my older self would tell my younger self back then what I'm telling some of you for free here. And my advice would be, please, don't spend money frivolously when you're younger. Whatever you have invested in yourself, either bettering your own lot as a person professionally, if that's what you do, or set up something, a business, a side hustle, something that's going to serve you in the long run, and pay as much attention as you humanly possibly can. If it means staying up at night, do it, because trust me, it will serve you in the long run. If I had this advice when I was your age, it would have been a heck of a lot better, because when you're at the sort of ages that I and so many other people are at, those who will boldly tell you the truth will tell you it's no fun and games. It's not easy at all. When you're much older, it takes so much more, because your life, you're either married, you've got children, you've got health events that are coming on, and you're having to spend so much time, effort, energy, and financial resources fighting for your life. Whereas when you're much younger, your body is still in good condition and able to help you to do the things that are required. And that is the time to absolutely take utmost advantage and do the needful. Not the time to be spending frivolously. If you're a woman, spending and investing money on things that are just absolutely materialistic and non-beneficial. I'm not saying don't look good, but looking good doesn't have to break a bank. Buying Brazilian hair with 50% of your wages per month just so you can look apart for everybody to see you've arrived is stupid, when that money could have been invested in something that will serve you 20 years down the line. It would be better spent starting a side hustle, investing the time, the money, the resources in that, knowing that in a few years it will mature and yield good returns that can afford 50 Brazilian hairs, if that's what you want, at a go. It doesn't make any sense. And if you're a young guy and you're into all the gadgets that came, the latest of everything, electronic gadgets, vehicles, and all of those things, not very wise either. Spend that money, invest that money in yourself, bettering yourself, whether it's education, knowledge, formal or informal, or start up a side hustle. I know what I'm feeling in my body right now, and it's the only advice that I can give to anybody who has ears to hear the sound of my voice and the advice and the nuggets that are being thrown into this particular capture here. So I hope that somebody has heard me and is willing to do the needful for their own lives, because trust me, life happens, and when it does, when it rains, it actually pours. And when your body, your life is not set in a particular way to be able to handle any tragedy that life dishes out at you, it can be a very painful experience. Why not save yourself the hassle? Why not make life easier for yourself by spending your youth doing things that will serve you as a person, and not living to please anybody else, or spending and living this frivolous, silly life because you think you have more time. You might be alive all right, but on life support, and not able to actually have the physical strength and know-how to do what is required to dig yourself out of the rut, even if you can, that easily. The youth is when to do all of those things. Invest then, and you can reap the returns later. My name is Sika. I love you so much. I want to see people succeeding and thriving and making a good mark on the planet. If that happens to be you, please follow the page, subscribe to all the channels, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. And thank you so much for listening. I hope this has been beneficial, and I wish you well in everything that you do. Bye-bye.